Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today, especially my new viewers and new subscribers. Your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel, truly been amazing, man. I'm so grateful. I never take that for granted. 58-year-old American who grew tired of the rat race over there and decided to move to the Philippines in search of a new life. Well, I found that new life, and I want to share with you my boots on the ground experiences. Only way I know how is by giving you the nitty-gritty, exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. Never going to sugarcoat that. The subject of my vlog today is the unspoken agreement between Filipinos and foreigners. When I talk about foreigners, I talk about men, foreign men. Because I've never heard a foreign woman called a foreigner. You know, maybe they do, but I've never heard of it. And it doesn't matter how you meet the Filipino, whether it's online, you come over here and meet her, somebody introduces you to her. But once you meet her, you enter into an unspoken agreement. She assumes that you know, all right, whether you know or not, she assumes that you know, so there's no need for an explanation required. And it usually goes something like this, you know, because you say, well, what is an unspoken agreement? Hence, there's no word spoken. She, the Filipina, agrees to give you full access, all access to her Garden of Eden. And you agree to take care of her and her family. Yes, her family too. Okay, because no self-respecting Filipina is going to leave her family out. All right, so you get unlimited blowjobs, hand jobs, rub downs, whatever it is that you desire, in exchange for your financial support. You know, it costs to be the boss. You're going to pay for everything. All right, and it doesn't matter whether you're aware that you're entering into the agreement or not. In her mind, it's real. It's a real binding agreement. And let me remind you that once you get here, once you arrive here, everything seems scripted. It almost seems too easy. Because the Filipina knows you didn't come 8,000 miles to learn Tagalog. So the dance begins. And it usually goes on uninterrupted into one of you balks. It's usually the man. It's usually one of us. And he does that for a few reasons. Maybe he runs out of money. Maybe he says, hey, I don't want to take care of the family. Sometimes, you know, he falls in love, you know, and thinks that, you know, everything's not equal. You know, whatever it is, somebody balks, and then this is where the problems start. You know, a lot of guys talking about tempo. Well, I've never experienced it, but there's three reasons why women get tempo. Number one is money. Money ain't right. Number two, you've got somebody else, you know, she's jealous. Or number three, you said something to hurt her feelings. Now, I hear guys now, you know, oh, I'm the exception. My wife's never asked me for anything. Damn it, that's why it's called the unspoken agreement. She's never going to ask you. She assumes that, okay? And they say, because this is 100%. There's no exception to this rule. This is 100% participation. If you're a foreign man and you come over here to meet a Filipina and get involved with her, you're going to get, you're entering into that agreement. We call it all kinds of stuff, but that's what it is. All right? As long as you hold up your end of the bargain, she's going to hold up hers. It doesn't matter if you met her in Taiwan, where else do they work over here? Singapore, Hong Kong. It doesn't matter, guys. Okay? It doesn't matter if this is your first time meeting or if you're celebrating your silver anniversary. That binding agreement is there. She's going to give you access to her Garden of Eden, provided you take care of her and her whole entire family. See? So don't fill my inbox and comments and everything up with that, well, my Filipina's different. She's never asked me for anything. No. She's never going to ask you for anything. No words are ever spoken. It's all assumed. She assumes that you know. She assumes that you agree to everything. You know, she's not going to let you just come over here and get something for nothing. You know, you can't enjoy all of that Garden of Eden and without no work. You know, what they say, if a man don't work, he don't eat. Yeah, so I just made this video just to let you guys know, to become aware of this agreement, because most of us don't even know. Like me, when I came over here, I had no idea. I unwittingly entered into that agreement. And that's how most of us are, because we think that, yeah, when we meet these women, oh, you know, we're special, and, you know, they want us for who we are, and they're looking for love, and then we will convince you that the Filipina that we met, oh, she's different. She's not like all the rest of them, and she's special. But no, every single one of us foreign men who gets involved with a Filipina, especially over here, we enter into a non-spoken agreement. You can call it pay for play, you know, whatever you call it. All right, but if you don't hold up to your end of the bargain, and you don't take care of her, and you don't take care of her family, then guess what? You're going to get kicked out of the Garden of Eden. So thank you for stopping by. Just a short video today. I got my live stream later. But I wanted to make the men aware of this unspoken agreement. It's real. And in the Filipinos, man, it's binding. There's no way around it, guys. Okay, she may loosen up a little bit once she falls in love, because eventually, if you're together long enough and you're taking good care of her, she's going to fall in love with you. But it doesn't matter if your first time meeting or you're celebrating your silver anniversary. It's there. It's not going anywhere. So just make sure that you understand it and you adhere to it. You hold up your end of the bargain. If you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and you see somebody out in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. In the Philippines, it's about 6:45 a.m. I'm here again in beautiful San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, Center Mall, smack dab in the middle of the Philippines. I'm here by myself. Look to how quiet it is. There's a few horses in that other field grazing behind me. This is a beautiful place, man. It's really paradise when you add it all up. But before the day is over with, if you're here in the Philippines and you're able to, if you can afford to, I want you to intentionally go out and help somebody. You know, even if it's not money, give them some rice, give them a few grocery items out of your cupboard. Okay, because there's literally millions of people who are starving over here. We're in the midst of a pandemic still over here. I know things is loosening up in the West, but not here. We're still on lockdown. You know, people are still not working. Their hours are not picked up pre-pandemic. A lot of the businesses, their business is has slowed down. Of course, the tourism industry has just been brought to a standstill. My electronic community pantry has been a runaway success. Why? Because people need help over here. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people. We help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Join me on my live in about a couple of hours. We're going to talk about some things. And if you want to talk about this subject, we will. But there's an unspoken agreement between you and your Filipino, whether you realize it or not. Thank you, guys. Take care.